Hello everyone, welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zeng. Today I will talk about a very interesting incident that has caused quite a lot of chaos in the stock market and drawn a lot of attention both inside and outside of China. How a one-word mistake in a CCTV report once wiped 26 billion US dollars from Alibaba's market value and the reasons behind the panic sell. I will also talk about why such a mistake happened and why the CCP is so afraid of a young IT manager who published a joint declaration of independence by the freedom-loving Chinese. So make sure you stick around till the end. First of all, I'd like to share this tweet I happened to see this morning. I'm happy to be told that he had watched Shen Yun. Every seat was filled, and he was surprised that Shen Yun performs with a live orchestra. He said that he sat for a long time without knowing it was a live orchestra. Amazing. The orchestra sound was so perfect and balanced. I just assumed it was a CD or computer. No, it was a live orchestra. Actually, many years ago in Sydney, I interviewed Mrs. Zhang Tiejun, the head of one of the 7 companies of Shen Yun. She told me that in order to be perfectly together, the dancers, the conductor, and the musicians needed to practice hundreds of times. For example, they used the gong to imitate the sound of the electric bantons. The principal dancer had to fall to the ground exactly at the same time as the sound was made to create the impression that she fell because of the shock. The musician couldn't see the dancer and could only see the conductor, so the 3 of them practiced so many times, and the dancer's body was covered with bruises everywhere. I was really moved when I learned this story and learned how much effort was made for Shen Yun to present us with such a perfect show. So make sure you watch it if you haven't. Buy tickets from shenyun.show/Jennifer-Zeng to get a discount. Now, let's move to our topic today. At about 9 a.m., on Tuesday, that May the 3rd, one of the CCP's most important mouthpiece, CCTV, published a 2-sentence report saying that a person whose surname is Ma was arrested by the National Security Bureau in Hangzhou City on April 25th for colluding with anti-China hostile forces outside China, inciting secession and subversion of state power, and participating in other activities that endangered national security, etc. This piece of news was also aired on TV. As the most famous person whose surname is Ma and who lives in Hangzhou is Alibaba's Jack Ma, so people immediately assumed that it was Jack Ma who got arrested. The news about Jack Ma getting arrested was all over Chinese social media. And even some English language media also reported it. Immediately, Alibaba's share price plunged as much as nearly 10% in just 10 minutes, wiping 26 billion US dollars from its market value. Not only Alibaba, but share prices of other technology companies, as well as the Hong Kong Hang Seng Technology Index, also fell terribly. And this crash in Hong Kong Stock Exchange immediately caused international attention, and many mainstream media reported about it. People were all asking what on earth has happened. Then, about 40 minutes later, Hu Xijin, former chief editor of CCP's mouthpiece Global Times, came out to say the person who got arrested was Ma Moumou, not Ma Mou. The name Ma Mou in previous reports is not accurate. Ma Moumou in Chinese means somebody whose surname is Ma, but his given name has two Chinese characters. Mou is a Chinese character that is used to replace any character that you don't want to disclose. For example, my surname is Zeng. If you don't want to disclose my given name, you can refer me as Zeng Mou in Chinese. So Jack Ma's Chinese name is Ma Yun. So if they want to refer to him without disclosing his given name, they should call him Ma Mou, not Ma Mou Mou, as he has only one Chinese character as his given name. So when Hu Xijin vaguely said that the person who got arrested was Ma Moumou, not Ma Mou, people knew it was not Ma Yun or Jack Ma. Only after that did the stock market stop the deep dive and Alibaba's price bounced back. And then, about 10:06 a.m., the English version of CCP's Global Times released information about the real Ma Moumou who was arrested. The report says the man was born in 1985 and works as the director of the Hardware Research and Development Department of an IT company. His crimes include making preparations to establish a temporary parliament for mainland China. Then, at about 7:23 p.m., a Chinese language newspaper, Legal Daily, published a report about Ma Moumou as well to let the Chinese readers know that the one who got arrested is not Jack Ma. So this is basically the whole process of this so-called Ma Moumou incident. Because of the panic caused by the confusion of the first two-sentence report, Alibaba's stock was lost 26 billion of its market value. So people jokingly said that the one word Mo is worth 26 billion. This is perhaps the most expensive word in the world. Now, the questions to ask here are: 1. Why are the markets so panicked and so irrational? 2. If Jack Ma hasn't been arrested, why didn't he or Alibaba come out to tell the public that he hasn't? 3. Why would CCTV make such a low-level mistake by confusing Ma Mou with Ma Moumou? And 4. What has the real Ma Moumou done, and why did the CCP want to arrest him? And here are my thoughts about these questions. Why was the market so panicked and so irrational? I think anyone who panicked and had a lot of reason to do so, ever since the IPO of Alibaba's Ant Group was blocked by the CCP last year, Jack Ma disappeared from the public eye for most of the year. See the title of the show I did last February, Where is Jack Ma? Rumors of him being arrested popped up once in a while. Not only Alibaba, but almost all other internet giants in China also suffered a crackdown. And as well as recently as April 29th, Xi Jinping mentioned the word regulate as many as 26 times when he spoke at a CCP meeting. So he stressed again and again how to regulate and guide the healthy development of various types of capital, how to restrain and regulate the profit-seeking nature of capital, etc. So people were basically expecting worse things to happen. Also, the news about Ma Mo's arrest was first published by CCTV, the most important mouthpiece, and then reposted by almost all other Chinese media outlets. It soon became the trending news in China. People would naturally assume that if this was not an important piece of news, if this was just the arrest of a nobody, the CCP's media would not have given this report so much exposure. So I would say that people had very good reasons to assume that the man who got arrested was Jack Ma. Now, question 2. Why didn't Jack Ma or Alibaba come out to clear the incorrect presumption? You know, for any listed company, anything that will affect the share price is the number one issue to deal with immediately. When the share price of Alibaba started to plunge because of the rumor, it would be very easy for Jack Ma and Alibaba to clear up the rumor. He could have just posted a photo or video of him visiting somewhere, or just written up something as simple as, "Hi, how is everyone today?" People would have seen that he was free and not have been arrested. Why didn't he do that? The only explanation is he dared not. He didn't have the freedom to post anything about himself. He knew he was not in a position to contradict CCTV or to speak about anything publicly or on social media. The only thing that was safe for him to do was to do nothing. His safety was worth much, much more than 26 billion US dollars, right? Actually, not only him, recently, the CEOs of many other big companies in China chose to quit their jobs or businesses. Some of them even deleted all their social media content. And these CEOs include Su Hua. He is the co-founder of China's second largest video sharing platform, Kuaishou, and Jiang Fan, the chairman of Alibaba's Taobao shopping platform, and Tmall. So Jiang Fan also quit his job on April 6. And then this is Zhang Yimin, the founder of ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok. And then Huang Zhen, CEO of online shopping platform Pinduoduo, which is listed on Nasdaq. And then Liu Qiangdong, or Richard Liu, founder and CEO of China's second largest online retailer, JD.com, etc. All of these people resigned recently. And anyone still remember? We talk about China's version of Uber, Didi, which suffered a crackdown and was forced to delist from the New York Exchange last July. Well, recently, Didi's president Liu Qin deleted all the content on her Weibo account. So she still has more than 10 million followers, but all of her 671 posts got deleted, and there's no content there at all. And this is Liu Qin's father, Liu Chuanzhi's Weibo account. He has 870,000 fans and had also deleted all his posts. Liu Chuanzhi is the founder of Lenovo. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, sorry. So Lenovo is one of the largest computer makers in the world. So Liu Chuanzhi has been regarded as a legacy by many Chinese people for many, many years. So both he and his daughter deleted all their Weibo content recently. Why that? What are they afraid of? Under the leadership of Xi Jinping, China is rushing back to Mao's time. So anything you said in the past can become a crime for you today. So it is safer to delete them all. Now, question number 3. Why would CCTV make such a low-level mistake by confusing Ma Mo with Ma Momo? For such a big media outlet as CCTV, they definitely should not have made such a low-level mistake by using Ma Mo to refer to somebody whose name has 3 Chinese characters. The standard way to refer to a 3-character Chinese name is Ma Mo Mo, not Ma Mo. As at such a sensitive time and for such a sensitive issue, it is impossible that they unknowingly made such a big mistake. So many people believe it was a deliberate act. They did this for 2 purposes. One was to purposely send Jack Ma a warning message. You are still in our hands. We can arrest you anytime. Another purpose was to divert the public's attention on the disastrous consequences of the lockdown in Shanghai and elsewhere in China. When everybody was trying to figure out who Ma Mo was, they stopped paying attention to the lockdown tragedies. You know, Ma Momo was arrested on April 25th. Why did they only report the news on May the 3rd? That was 8 days later, way too late to report on a news event. Now, the number 4 question. What has the real Ma Momo done? And why did the CCP want to arrest him? According to Global Times, the real Ma Momo who got arrested had been brainwashed by outside anti-China forces. He had created an online anonymous group to play the role as the agent of outside forces. He also targeted young people and university students, etc. People soon found out that his username on Twitter is Yaya, and the most important and pinned tweet is a joint declaration of independence by freedom-loving Chinese people. It was drafted on April 22nd, 3 days before his arrest. And the main message of this declaration is from now on, we declare independence and autonomy. We no longer recognize the CCP. We will elect our own president, establish a new federation to defend our rights and freedom, etc. Actually, someone has translated the full declaration into English. So I'm showing the image of the translation here briefly. If you are interested, you can pause the video later to read the full translation. I will also insert the link to the translation in my script so that my website members and donors can check the translation from there. So Yaya is also a member of a Telegram channel called Interim Congress of China. So they are recruiting members for this interim Congress and organizing meetings. You can see that they have only 869 members right now. And one of them is me. I joined this channel today just to see what they are doing so that I can talk about it in this video. And Yaya only had about 3,000 followers on his Twitter account. So you can see they shouldn't have that much influence, really. So why is the CCP so afraid of such a young man? Obviously, because he was trying to organize something. Even this organizing only happened on the internet, in the virtual world. I have said before, the CCP doesn't tolerate any kind of organized activities. let alone the action of declaring independence and setting up an interim Congress. This directly denies the legitimacy of the CCP. Although Yaya was arrested, more Chinese people are spreading this declaration of independence. This morning, I saw this tweet from an account called CPA Jim, and this is the content of his tweet. Quote, I, a Chinese national and a Chinese certified public accountant, hereby solemnly declare today that I do not recognize the legitimacy of the People's Republic of China. I do not recognize the taxing power and other governing powers of the Chinese Communist Party. I refuse to be represented in international affairs by the Chinese Communist Party. I promote universal values. I pursue democracy and freedom. I support the modern civilized world order represented by the United States. I call on all nations of the world to define the Chinese Communist Party as a terrorist organization and an enemy of humanity, unquote. You can see that this tweet has got over 1,400 likes and over 206 retweets and quote retweets when I did this screenshot this afternoon. And for an account that has only about 3,000 followers, that's quite a lot. So you can see people are really drawn to the idea of independence from the CCP. I always believe the spiritual awakening is the most important step for the Chinese people to break away from the CCP. The recent humanitarian disasters in China have obviously awakened more Chinese people, and the CCP is really afraid of this. So they arrested Yaya or Ma Momo just 3 days after he drafted that Declaration of Independence. Finally, I'd like to show a few videos and photos from China to give you some more ideas about how terrible the situation can be for people who have lost their freedom. I wanted to cry while watching this. I saw a post saying some people in Shanghai are trying to buy donkeys as transportation tools, as cars, motorbikes, etc. are all banned. But the donkey is not on the ban list. Initially, I thought that was a joke. After watching this video, I no longer thought it was a joke. This photo shows somewhere in Beijing people lining up for COVID testing. And the next video shows that Shijingshan Hospital in Beijing was closed to the public. Maybe they are preparing for a lockdown.
这石景山医院啊，医院关门了，走吧走吧，医院关门了，看没有？这医院关门了，看见没？
The next one is very short and very shocking, so please be prepared.
人家都生出来了，我们都没有得啊。
Well, it was said that this happened in Jiangsu province. After waiting for 2 hours for her COVID testing report, this woman had to give birth in the open on the concrete pavement. What a shame. The next video shows that they even lock the land so that farmers won't go out secretly to farm. That's perhaps the most ridiculous lockdown we've seen so far. The next video shows inside the so-called prevention zone in Shanghai, people are only given 3 hours to do shopping, but they need 30 minutes to walk to the market and 150 minutes to wait in line. That's already 3 hours, so no more time left for shopping or walking back.
从生态家园西边这个桥，这个桥开始排，看一下啊，排到哪里？
So he's saying we start to
这玩呢，这是。
Let's see.
看一下排到哪里啊？看一下，给大家看一下啊。
Let's watch how long this line can be. 现在是转弯到江辉路了。 So he said, now I'm turning.
给你看一下啊。
Let's watch the line.
多长时间了？啊？这是在玩吗？啊？这大家都在玩吗？啊？
没得了，那娘出来了9万个米，没得了，那娘出来了9万个米，把它加上了。阿里个畜生讲的，那娘比3个钟头。侬刚刚看阿里个阿屋里讲出来个事体，呀，别我就跑过来就3个多钟头，跑过来半个多钟头，排队要排2个多钟头，再买半个多钟头，3个钟头到了，吃那娘逼我回去不回去了，阿里个畜生那娘个逼弄出来个。
So I think she's basically complaining about how little time they were given to do the shopping. Well, that's all for today. Please help me spread my videos or go to my website at jenniferzengblog.com. Sign up for a membership or make a donation. The other day, this viewer, Andy, said that I deserve to be paid well into the six-figure range by a wide-reaching media outlet. Well, my membership fee is only $5 per month. That's only 1 digit, right? Just a joke. Please don't feel obliged to support me with money. By watching and sharing my videos, you are also offering great support and help. Thank you so much. See you next time.